Good morning, SPs. Exciting day today. Oh, Amy's here. Cricket's here. Good morning, guys. I thought I saw someone else. Nope. Just myself, maybe. Style's here. Good morning, Style. Good job protesting Sunday. It was a great joy to see you out there. Okay, guys, I'm going to get started. I got so much. Although, first, go over the caveat first and what my mission is. My mission is to try to bring this community together and stop focusing on each other and instead focus on Scientology. So my caveat is you're going to see me feature people you don't like. There's people that don't like us. There's people we don't like in life. Who gives a shit? Get over it. We've got a job to do, and the job is to attack Scientology, not each other. So every time you attack each other, you're just giving them a win. So let's not do that. All right, on to the show. First one I have is Joy Via did a live with Liz Gale.
Like a child. Okay. Sorry, I just distracted you from talking to your Joy.
No, it's okay. I was just chatting on people. Yes, I'm getting on my education. Yes, I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree. I will reveal that. My bachelor's degree in psychology. I just changed it from biology. I was doing a bachelor's degree in biology, which I love biology, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just changed it to psychology.
So isn't that delicious that Joy Via has found a new path outside of Scientology, and she's actually getting a psychology degree? This is going to be fantastic. It's such a win for Scientology, ex-Scientologists, I mean. All right. Next, we have a clip that I just didn't get a chance to show yesterday because I had so many from yesterday. This was Hell's Gears out in Chicago on Sunday.
Looks like they changed it a lot. Sorry about that, guys. They really changed the front a lot. Oh, not again. I'll walk by again.
Hell's Gear and style out in Chicago, just like the old days, getting the blinds just pulled down, getting that org closed up tight. First, I'm going back to the StreamYard page so I can see. Did you guys hear? Were you able to see? Is everything going? Hey, Big Chief. How's sound? Just take a moment to find out if you guys could hear. I'm not using the microphone today. I was too busy trying to look through one of the videos for a moment because there were so many moments, and I was up late watching a live stream last night. You guys aren't responding to me. Does that mean you can't hear? Or does it mean my computer's being really slow this morning? I don't know. Everyone's saying hi. Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. Oh, okay, Kathy can hear me. Thank goodness Kathy's paying attention. Thank you, Kathy. So next, I want to play a clip from Breaking Scientology. This was a great one.
Members are constantly pressured to buy and rebuy Hubbard's books, not just for their own use, but in bulk for so-called donations to libraries or other institutions. The problem? Many of these books never even make it onto shelves. Libraries often reject them, leaving stacks of unread Scientology books gathering dust in storage or even ending up in dumpsters. Beyond just buying new books, longtime members are routinely told they must purchase new editions whenever Hubbard's works are reprinted, often with only minor changes. They're told these updates are vital for their spiritual progress, even if they already own multiple versions of the same material.
Keep buying, keep giving us money, even if we're only changing a comma, and then they end up in the dump, which is where they belong, frankly. So not bad with that. That is Breaking Scientology. It's a really fascinating channel. You got to check them out. They put out a lot of really valuable information on there. Next, we have Blown for Good did an interview with Amy Scobie. Well, not really an interview, a get-together, a gab session with Amy and Matt Scobie, who's, by the way, Matt's name is actually Mark, but you know how Scientology can't have two Marks, so they changed his to Matt. Or did I have that backwards? But anyway, here we go. It's been a while since I heard that one.
And dump it there and come back. And I don't know how many trips we had to make. But anyway, one of the guys there was just a joker. And he was flinging these garbage bags with this juice just going all over me. And I thought, if this isn't the lowest that I could ever be, I am standing on a mountain of maggots with juice flowing.
Unbelievable.
My hair in my face. You know, I mean, and what is this to prove? Like, you know, because you're just terrible. And I mean, I was assigned, some of the reasons why I was assigned. Okay, I was 16 years old. Yeah, I did. I had sex with my husband before we got married, and
That's why you went to the RPF.
oh, yes, we did.
Well, not this story.
Wow, the truth comes out. Unbelievable. Hey, I'm not going to say anything directly, but Claire and I may have messed around a little bit.
We didn't go all the way, though. I mean, come on.
I didn't go all the way. Okay, so I'm 16 years old. In fact, my first husband was 10 years older than me. He actually should have been arrested. Is what
16-year-old with a 26-year-old, and they made her marry him.
Should have happened, but
completely.
Instead, yeah, but instead
He was 26 and you were 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, at the Flagland base and here in Clearwater. And so what happened was I got put into a confessional, and it's the first time I've ever talked about sex, and it's with some older guy, and I'm having to like confess, and he's pulling like every detail you could imagine.
Is there any more to that?
I could barely even how many times and which way, and oh my God. And I could barely breathe talking about this stuff. It was my first time. I'm 16 years old.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? It's your first time.
Put her through the abuse of the RPF at 16. Made her marry the guy. Well, she married the guy she chose to, but really at 16, are you mature enough to make that decision based on just one encounter with him? Anyway, next we have Church of Scientology did a really funny one. Let's watch a bit of that.
I remember the day he tamed the Clearwater pigeons. Those birds used to dive bomb everyone. Then David stood in the middle of the park, raised one hand and whispered, "Peace." The pigeons stopped mid-air. They landed around him in a perfect circle, as if they were waiting for instructions. To this day, they deliver messages for him. Some say they're writing his autobiography. Do you know how many hours David Miscavige works every day? All of them. He doesn't sleep.
It's so funny. Church of Scientology cracks me up. I almost did a spit take of my coffee watching this, guys. So check out Church of Scientology for a lot more to come from that. I didn't play the whole thing, so you got to watch the rest. Next, SP Chef did a video called "Are You a Real Scientology OT8?"
Of asking two simple little questions to figure out whether somebody's actually OT8 or not. Now, let me first explain what OT8 is. In Scientology, the belief is that you are a spiritual being. So you don't have a spiritual being, but you are the spiritual being. And it is known in Scientology as the Thetan. And you have lived thousands and thousands of lives. So you die and then you just get reborn again and again and again. And all of these lives together, this is called in Scientology the whole track. In Scientology, there are many courses that you can do to improve yourself. The beginning courses, I think you could categorize as self-help courses, and then there are the more serious.
This is why children aren't children. They've existed before for who knows how many millennia. And so they just have to remember, guys. So you can't treat them as children. Just put them to work.
Various courses that are much more expensive. They cost many thousands and can take quite a long time to complete them. And they are on the so-called bridge of total freedom. And if we look at the bridge, we have the left side, which is the training, which is where you train to become a so-called Scientology auditor. An auditor is a primitive version of a psychotherapist, but usually causes much more harm than actually does good. And on the right side, you have the processing side. So that is where you do the main courses to improve yourself mentally, spiritually, to unlock new powers and grow spiritually, basically. And if we look at it, we can see it goes all the way up to OT 15. However, only up to OT 8 it has been released. And intriguingly, it will tell you a little bit about what are the sort of gains, what are you going to win out of it? What is the purpose of this course?
Where's the final 7 OT levels, Hubbard? You're on target 2. You've had time to write them. Now you've been gone for, gosh, 30 some years, almost 40 years. You've had time to write, or yeah, it'll be 40 years soon. You've had time to write the rest. Why aren't they released? Anyway, SP Chef really goes into this and breaks it down and reveals some truths. It's a great video. Check him out, the SP Chef Samuel, and he is in Switzerland, and he's a fascinating guy. Next, we have Windy City Phaeton Watch. So glad to see him back. He was breaking down some old footage that he had.
All right, so
yep.
To let you know,
that I've done nothing wrong?
Correct.
I just want to let you know that this is okay. And my response was that I've done nothing wrong. And he said, correct. And this should be the end of the encounter, right? At this point in time, the police have found that there is no cause for concern and they should walk away, right? Hey, Elron, how you doing? Great to see you, Dorothy. At this point, the police should now extricate themselves from the scenario. That is not what's going to happen.
You don't write hatred.
Correct.
You start writing on their property.
Correct. The chalk one.
Can't write hatred. Haven't written hatred. Can't write on their property. Haven't written on their property.
The caulk line is right there.
Even from that entrance where that person's standing.
Yep, the caulk line. That's what I said. The caulk line.
That's their private property.
I understand that. You do great cop-splaining. I appreciate that.
Love Wendy for calling out the cop in real time, calling him a cop-splainer. Cop came and told him all the things he couldn't do, and he's like, yep, and I'm not doing any of those things. Next. It was really interesting interaction with him and the police in Chicago, and he breaks it down. And then he released a short about it. Let's watch a few seconds of that. Although it says it's scrolling, I don't know if it's going to play. We'll see.
Even worse about this is he's going to say that anybody who feels that their personal space is being violated has the ability to respond with physical violence.
Yep.
It can't defend itself.
I understand that.
So, I'm not saying you were involved anyway or have any knowledge of it.
But I like that you're encouraging physical violence as an element.
Well, no, I'm saying that if someone feels threatened,
right,
they have a legal justification to defend themselves.
Right.
You do, as well as anybody
Couldn't
else.
I right now claim that I feel threatened? Couldn't I claim that and just strike you? Because now you're saying that my feelings are what matters.
Wendy calls him out. Wendy was excellent in this interaction. Check out his short. Check out his long form video where he talks about it. It's a really great watch. Love you, Wendy. Next we have, it's one from me. I wanted to play when Jennifer did the call-in on Monday.
Okay, we'll move next to Jennifer Spencer, followed by Georgina McPhee.
Good morning, board members. Today I'm calling in to ask you to change the name of L. Brown Hubbard Way back to Verando Street. It's located between Fountain and Sunsets Avenues. It's a slap in the face to all survivors of the cult of Scientology to see their oppressor's name on that street sign. No one that has been proven to be an abusive, psychotic cult leader deserves to have a street named after them. When the council originally voted to change the name, then council member Ruth Gallanter said, "I believe that L. Ron Hubbard was a manipulative, dishonest man. He's a cult leader. We don't name streets after cult leaders." I turn back my time.
Jennifer calls him out. She does an excellent job. Just wanted to show her in action because I felt like she did a fantastic job. Appreciate you for doing it, Jennifer. I'm going to check back, make sure you guys can see in here. Looks like you can. Great. Yeah, Jennifer's doing a great job. So definitely wanted to feature that. And you notice I didn't have to interrupt that one since it was my own content. All right. Next I have Pop Cults with Cassie. Here we go. Oh, I got to share the tab. Here we go.
For their courses and auditing. Regardless of how much he tried to do it himself, he did spend tens of thousands of dollars on Scientology through proper channels and spent a lot of his Veronica Mars money very quickly. Brad Buffonda very sadly took his own life in November of 2017, but he was singing Scientology's praises literally up until weeks or days before he actually did take his own life. According to Tony,
this is a fascinating look she does into the Veronica Mars Scientology. Jason, oh gosh, I can't read his name. Maybe if I can go up a little. Jason Doring pulled in two of the actors from Veronica Mars into Scientology, one of which lasted a very short time before unaliving himself. So check out Pop Cults with Cassie and find out more about Jason Doring and his involvement with Scientology. Next, we have A Voice Down Under, T.
But yeah, it's completely.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing I've focused on, is the front groups and how, you know, the volunteer ministers and the Citizens Commission for Human Rights, when they clearly break that, they don't care about human rights. So as you've seen yourself, what you've been through with the RPF kind of stuff, and the volunteer ministers and everything, and investigations into the volunteer ministers over decades have come up with the same thing. It's all for PR opportunities. They turn up at disaster sites and they just want to, they'll hand out bottles of water and they'll work alongside the Red Cross, but they're giving out the Red Cross's food and the Red Cross's bottles of water. They're not all that. What are all those donations going towards? They're going straight to COB.
There's no such thing as being altruistic in Scientology. The only thing they use that for is for PR purposes and to con more money out of you, like when they were trying to get those books for the soldiers, making their members pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these books that they print out for pennies. It's ridiculous. T calls it out, A Voice Down Under. Next, I have... I watched a fascinating interview last night with Tori Magoo and Henry Marini, and I did confirm it is Henry. And they had so many great interactions or questions and subjects that they delved into. They prodded me to ask more questions, or Hermod Kelly did at any rate. So I asked a bunch of questions, and they stayed late and answered everything. It was a really great interview. They talked about Stacey Moxon and his investigation into that, her untimely death, and how she wasn't strong enough to lift deadlift a 200-pound metal grate that was almost the size of her, and she weighed like just over half that weight, and get herself into a situation. And then the contact points that she made are typically covered, and the SDG&E, or not SDG&E, but the electrical official who came out to look at the device said that that's always covered. So how did it get uncovered, and marked it as suspicious? They went over, gosh, so much. You have to go check out this interview. I wanted to go in and clip more of it, but I was so tired. I had to call it quits at one point, but I am going to play a clip from it tomorrow or Friday, depending on when I do Public Works call next on Public Works. But here is a section I highlighted.
Which is the board of the Department of Water and Power. They manage the electrical utilities and the water utilities. They don't manage.
Oh, this is the section where I asked him about Keith Mosé and what he had found out about him, because Henri found ties to him in Scientology, and he's the reason why you can no longer go on the portal and see the permits. Let's play a little bit more.
Manage the physical infrastructure of the roads or other capital projects. So back to Keith Mosé. He's the director of the Bureau of Street Services. What I found out was the following. Before people had been protesting Scientology in 2024, the Bureau of Street Services has a public website where you can actually see for yourself each of the different special events permits that the city has granted. Those are events that will close off streets and sidewalks. So you need a permit to do that. You can't just set up a sign and say, "Oh, sorry, the street's closed or the sidewalk's closed. The
Like
public is not
Scientology
allowed."
does.
Right. You can't do that. There's a very specific process that everybody, whether it's Scientology, whether it's UCLA, whether it's anybody that wants to have any sort of event to close off a sidewalk or a street, you have to go and apply for a permit. And the agency that manages that entire process is called the Bureau of Street Services. That
Keith Mosé is in charge of the Bureau of Street Services. He's the one that got those permits taken off their portal when we were able to fact check and say, hey, you don't have a permit that states that. Your permit says we can have the sidewalks still. But Keith Mosé took it all down. Well, isn't it funny? Keith Mosé's wife is a Scientologist. So I asked him about that. He was calling it out. It was really an interesting interaction between him and Tori. They went over so much. In fact, they gave me homework because I also asked if he had looked into the odd, suspicious, changing the format here. Sorry, changed it to the wrong one. Oh, well, we'll leave it at this one. So they gave me homework because I asked him if he had done any investigation into the police interaction with supposed Shelley, but then her fingerprints didn't match. So I said, have you done any further investigation into that? And he said, give him the dates and the info and he will look into it and do a document recovery and see, or a FOIA request and see. So I've got homework, guys. I've been assigned homework by Henri and Tori. It was a great interview last night. I have a whole, well, I pared it down. I have 4 more that I want to show that were non-Scientology based, but it was our Scientology protesters going out and live streaming some various protests of things that are in the current zeitgeist with politics. So I'm going to show a couple of those. I pared it down. There was so many more because there's so much going on right now, as we all know. Let me show you first. Tree hugging Buddhist doesn't post a lot. Most people don't know this person, but they do post some anti-Scientology stuff from time to time. And they post a lot of things that are activist related, speaking out and encouraging like music, different things. Anyway, here we go. This is them doing an ICE protest in Port Angeles.
I want to get the fence, yeah.
All right, guys, we gotta get out of the street. The cars are coming.
People out in Port Angeles are not happy, and they're speaking up and using their First Amendment right to do so. Check out Tree Hugging Buddhists. Please give them some subs. It's a very, very small channel, and I think they need some encouragement because they're out there doing good work. Next, I have Kirby's mom in Dublin posted, streamed and posted some of a I can't speak this morning, a vigil for Palestine. Let's just start there.
Yeah, I'm asking, you know, it's important. I was asking the guys from, you know, the guys why you asked.
Kirby's mom keeping her eyes on things in Dublin. Give her some likes, subs, and some support. Next, I have Lens Media, known to a lot of us as Anonymous Lens. Went out a few times, but I pared it down to just this one. She took to the streets in Los Angeles after the Iran news hit. Oop. I didn't share the tab, guys. All right, let's back it up just a hair. I probably backed it up too much.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on
Of
making the
course, now
most
we have a
crinkly chicken finger
commercial.
meals, getting them right every time.
Imagine being able to build an app
Oh,
with your
so
name on it.
frustrating.
We want to stay in the streets because we cannot wait another minute for them to end the war for us. We're the ones who run society. We need to stand up and show them how it's done. And that's why I'm proud to be running with the Peace and Freedom Party, which has almost 60 years of history in the state of California. We were founded in the midst of the anti-Vietnam War movement. And to this day, we have opposed every U.S. war.
That's not the section I wanted to show. I went back a little too far. Let's try again.
Our communities. If you voted yes for those, then you should be voting with the Peace and Freedom Party. And like I said, don't just stop at the ballot box. Keep organizing with us in the streets. Join an organization. That is going to be the real counterweight to the Trump administration.
Lens out there showing activists hard at work. Next, I have one from Jessica Palmadessa at an Iran protest rally in Los Angeles. I believe it's the same one. It's great to see Jessica out there. If there's a protest going on and Jessica can get to it, she will. She keeps her eyes on the community and shows us all the activism that she possibly can. She's amazing. I support her. I think she's amazing. Anyway, I'm off today. Am I not talking right? I'm tired. I stayed up too late watching the Tory interview and then still had some work to do. Anyway, I don't know how to end these anymore without my supportive squirrel of the day. Oh, but I do want to say today's Tuesday and there is a police commission meeting today. So please keep your eyes peeled on Audit LA 9:30. She's going to be speaking at the police commission. Probably Lara FM will be there. Probably Streets LA will be there. It's going to be worth watching for sure. And you want to support these people. So pop through, give them some thumbs ups. And oh, Cricket's going to be playing music in a bit. Okay, well, we can all head over to Cricket, pour into there. And what else? There was one other thing. I got distracted. Oh, I was just going to say, and tomorrow's my interview day, and I have T from A Voice Down Under to look. I have an idea. You should do a live interview of me antics. Well, I do want to do an interview. I've been asking to do an interview with you since September. So you were supposed to be my first big interview. I've been trying to get an interview with you, Amy. So I look forward to that. Definitely. I'll text you later. Anyway, what next? Yeah. So T Perth is A Voice Down Under, and I'm doing an interview with her tomorrow. So we have that to look forward to. I think that wraps it up. Sorry, I wasn't speaking well today, and I'm just not on point today. But I swear Tuesdays are like my Mondays. Mondays I'm excited because there's so much to show, and I'm excited to do the show. Tuesday I'm like exhausted. All right, guys. Everybody go out and do something fun today. Thanks for coming in. Bye.